Hi, I'm Bruce Brumbelow, and this is an instructional video for the Visible Assets Demo Kit. Along with a Windows-enabled computer, this demo kit contains all the equipment needed for a complete demonstration of the Visible Assets RuBee system. Now I'm just going to take you through the contents of the demo kit. First of all, we have what is called a blaster, which is a low-power base station. It has 4 antenna outputs and an RS-232 serial port for communications with a computer. Next, we have a Ranger antenna, which is a fixed 10-turn loop antenna. Also, we have a loop antenna, which when unrolled can be made into a circle of about 8 feet in diameter and has more range than the regular Ranger antenna. Next, we have RuBee ID tags for use in your demonstration. A handheld reader that can read these tags, a RuBee demonstration kit guide on setting all this up, and a demonstration guide for putting together your own demonstration. We have a power supply and power cables. We have a serial cable that can connect the blaster to your computer if you have a serial port. If you don't, also provided is a serial to USB adapter. This also comes with the software on these 2 discs. This one for installing the drivers on your USB adapter, and this one for installing the Finder program, which is demonstration software provided to enable the user to evaluate the capability of the RuBee wireless tag network with a standalone computer. And now we'll take a look at how to install this software. As we insert our Finder disk, it will bring up these files. We'll choose Finder Setup 8.1. After we choose that, it will bring up the install screen. We'll first hit Next, and then we'll get to choose where we want to put our program. Here we'll choose the defaults. We can choose whether we want to set up a desktop icon or a quick launch icon. We'll choose both here, and then we'll hit Install. It quickly installs, and as we hit Finish, it'll bring up our Finder program. And as we take a quick look over our Finder program, next we'll take a look at how to set up our USB to serial port driver. After we put in our small USB adapter disk, we'll get these files. We'll choose USB serial adapter and choose the driver for Windows. Click on Driver Installer. Now it's installing. We'll hit Next. And now we'll hit Finish and take a look at the hardware. Now that we've seen how to set up the software, let's take a look at how to set up the hardware in the Visible Assets Demo Kit. First, we'll start with the blaster, which powers the antenna and provides connection to the computer. First, we'll plug in the power cable, connect it to the power supply, and plug the power supply into an outlet. To make sure you have a power connection, look at the other side of the blaster, and this green light should be flashing. Next, we'll plug in the serial cable here. You can plug in the other part of this directly into your computer if you have a serial port. If not, you can use this adapter, which we've already set up on the software for. Then plug this end into the USB port in the computer. Now we will plug the Ranger antenna in, whatever slot you choose, as long as it's the same as the Finder software. Now that the hardware is set up, let's go back to the Finder software. Now we'll choose our Finder program from the desktop. And as we bring it up, there are many options that we can choose. First off, we're going to look at our antenna setting. Whatever you attach your antenna to in the blaster, that's the one you want to choose on the Finder program. Here we've chosen antenna 1. Now we pick list because we're going to ping a single tag. And here's where we put in the number that we got from our RuBee reader. Once entered, you press enter on your keyboard, and that will save it in there. If you don't hit enter, you'll have to do it again. Now we'll choose our COM port. That's where our USB plug is plugged into. Here we've chosen COM 4 because that's the slot we've chosen on our laptop. Now to ensure that you've set it up properly, you'll hit tune, and you should hear clicking from the base station, and that means, and it says operation completed, and you're all set up. Before we take a look at how the whole setup works, let's take a look at the antennas included in the demo kit. First of all, we have a Ranger antenna, which is a 10-turn fixed loop antenna. It's rectangular in shape and can be set on any flat surface or held in your hand for use moving it around. Next we have a loop antenna, which is a 16-foot coil insulated loop, which works best when you put it in a circle. We'll unravel it here and take a look at it. You see it comes out like this. You can shape it any way you want. Works best in a circle, but when we lay it out, we can hook it to a wall and fasten it as a large antenna on the wall. We can hang it over a ceiling that can read anything that's going underneath the antenna. We can put it on the ground for when you walk over it, it can read that. Or you can even bury it underneath the ground if you need to roll large equipment over it. Now that we've taken a closer look at this, let's see the antennas in operation. Now that everything is ready to go, let's see how it all works. We'll take our RuBee reader and our RuBee tag. In the RuBee reader, we put in our pin 0178 and we hit enter, and now that it's ready to read, we'll put the tag underneath it, hit read, and it brings up our address, 3209559. And what we'll do is we'll bring up the Finder screen, and we'll put in 3209559, and we'll hit enter. And now it's ready to ping for that address. We'll hit tune. As you can hear that means our base station has successfully tuned the antenna. And now we hit go to read our tag. You hear that pinging sound. Each one of those pings is an individual read of this tag. So as you can hear, it's just reading one right after the other. And now we'll take this can, which is metal. We'll put this tag in here, close it up. No effect. Metal has a small effect. It won't read as far, but it's still going to read the tag. And if these tags are specially tuned for metal, they can read even farther when they're attached to metal. Take this back out of here. And what I'll do, I'll take this tag, I'll close it up in my hands here, and no effect on it. I'll put it behind my back here, and the body is made up of mostly water, and as you can see, water has no effect on this tag. And to prove that further, we'll put this in the bag, waterproof bag. We'll put it in a glass of water, completely submerged in a glass of water. And as you can see still, water has no effect on this. Well, now that you've seen what's in the demo kit, how to put together the demo kit, and how it works, you can be ready to put on your own demonstration. This has been Bruce Brumbelow for Visible Assets.